And I think that's a good segue into some of the specialties in law. The easiest way to say it is if there's a theme in life, you can find a way to tie that back to a specialty in law. So we think of the basics. We think of criminal law. We think of civil litigation. You're suing your neighbor, you're suing a company. There's family law, immigration law, tax law, real estate law. So those are like the general instances of things that people generally think about. But then again, any theme in life, any category of life, there's probably something there. So if you're near the ocean, there's maritime law. If you are in Hollywood, there's entertainment law. If you are dealing with sports, there's sports law. If you are dealing with construction, there's construction law. So if you create a topic, you can probably find an area of law. If you're in the Northeast, there's national security law. So there's so many different areas of law that you can specialize in, or at least try to specialize in. As long as you can find an interest, it usually exists. But I mentioned earlier, there's also the procedures. There's the tasks of doing things. And so you can specialize in other things and not specialize. I guess you can take a career path and then have it become your specialty. Mediation. You can only focus on being a mediator where you're a neutral third party. Appellate arguments. You can only focus on appellate arguments where you're not really dealing with the nitty gritty trial work. You're making appellate arguments at the appellate court level or the Supreme Court level. You have people that are only specialized in jury selection. You have people that only specialize in drafting pleadings.